Ladies and gentlemen, we're obviously here to celebrate this wonderful exhibition, to celebrate the fantastic work that Kath's done here in her own gallery, which is a pretty special thing. And I'm sure Bob contributes enormously, so won't leave you out at all, Bob. But this exhibition is a great success, and we all know that behind every successful woman is a fantastic bloke. Honestly, it really is a fantastic pleasure to be here tonight. I'd also like to just acknowledge the fact that we've got Councillor Judy Partington and her husband Andrew here today, so wonderful to have support from the Council. And the CEO, John Brack, was here just a little while ago. He had to leave, so but look, it's good to have Council supporting a really important local event like this as well. And it's particularly lovely, I think, for all of us here to have a SALA event, a South Australian Living Artists exhibition here in Eudunda, and to have them actually happening all throughout regional South Australia as well as in Adelaide. And that really speaks volumes for the program, and it also speaks volumes for regional South Australia and also for Eudunda to be having one. Now, for people who may not know, this is the 15th year that the South Australian Living Artists program has actually been running. It was actually administered by Laidlaw, started it 15 years ago, and a very famous South Australian in art, Mr. Paul Greenaway, actually put the proposition to her. So he's actually the person who really gets the credit for that. So 15 years running for any program, that's very, very good. And this year in South Australia, we have 3,453 artists, living artists, exhibiting their work across 520 different spaces throughout South Australia and regional South Australia. I think that speaks volumes for our state, and it speaks volumes for our art community. And they're doing that in galleries just like this. They're doing it in restaurants and wineries and all sorts of creative spaces, cafes and places that would traditionally not be hospitality or art spaces are doing this as well. And I think that's a really, really wonderful thing. But what's particularly special about tonight is that we have Kathleen with her art in her gallery. And I think that's a very, very special thing. And there won't be many SALA exhibitions that can actually brag about that. And you should brag about that. It's a really wonderful thing to have wonderful art like that by an artist in your own gallery, in your own town, and for it to be such high quality. So that really is a great credit to you.
Woohoo! Thank you very much.
When Kathleen asked me to come and say a few words, she wouldn't have actually known that I also live in a bank. Now my bank is not nearly as nice as this bank, I have to say. I'm sure it will be one day, and Rebecca and I were progressing pretty well with our renovations until I put my hand up to run for Parliament, which sort of stopped a lot of things pretty cold. But we're still progressing, and if we can make it this nice one day, Kath, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So look, I'd just like to finish by saying really congratulations to you and to Bob, because I'm sure you're a big part of this. Also, just recognise the fact that we would all know there's an enormous amount of work and effort that goes into being an artist over many years. And Kathleen told me that she started painting seriously 12 years ago, and this is her third time running a SALA exhibition in the last 5 years here, which I think is fantastic. But also, if you just think about what it takes to run a gallery as well, to prepare the room, to make sure it's clean and neat and tidy and well lit, to do framing, to do hanging, to get all of those sorts of things done. This really is a very significant accomplishment. This isn't just somebody who's a very good artist who took it somewhere and said, here, you display my stuff. To put on what you've done in this exhibition, Kath, and to have such great local support here tonight is absolutely fantastic. So I really do congratulate you on that, and it's a great pleasure to be invited to play a small part in tonight and to declare Kathleen Hickey's SALA exhibition officially open. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you very much for all of that. It's great, really. First of all, apart from thanking Dan for coming, I'd like to thank my family and friends who came up early and have done so much work in the back pews there for me with the food, etc. I'd like to thank all the locals. We really have put SALA and Eudunda on the map this time, I think, with you locals all turning up. Last of all, the behind-the-scenes man, none of this would have happened. I could not have done what we've done without him. He just goes and goes and goes. Thanks. Anyway, thank you. That's all I've got.